Welcome to the Double E Show. Bad strategy, horribly simulated.
What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the Double E Show. It's Art of Murder, FBI, Confidential. Happy Monday, everybody. All right, so when we left off the last time, we found the vagrant that we had spoke to at the tenement building that Nick left a clue with for us. And we discovered his body in the subway with his heart cut out. We also discovered that he is a very educated person who must have fallen on hard times. But he's linked to the other victims because of their education, where they went to school. So now we're going to go to the library and look up information, I guess, on the NYU University. So let's head there now. I believe... you know what? Let me just see if I need to put anything in evidence. So I'm going to go like this. I don't know if I'm going to need it, but put it up here.
Forget about it.
Okay, so I do need it. Right on. I just wanted to double check it. It always makes sense to check the evidence room because I've had missteps in the past. Come on, run there, dear. So when we go over to the library, I'm assuming, like I said, what we're going to do is look up the...
Respectable walls in a respectable library.
Right on. I'm assuming we're going to look up information on the victims, if possible. Not really sure how that works. So that's to the back. That's to the microfilm... room door. I don't even know if I need microfilm yet. That looks like a mop. Okay, let's run to the back, see what's there. We know that's a microfilm room. Let's see what's in the back end of the library. We have the microfilm room and the reading room. Okay, so let's go to the reading room first. All right, now we come over here, look around. We've got a microfilm reader. Got library shelves. We've got some glasses over here. Let's go get the glasses. Always pick up clues if I can.
I haven't been to an ophthalmologist for a while.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. Let's ask the librarian what we should be looking up.
So what's the librarian using if she doesn't have her glasses?
Oh, magnifying glass, it looks like.
Good morning, ma'am.
Or rather, good evening. Do you have a library card or university ID?
How's this?
Oh, I say. And what brings the FBI to us today?
Well, I'm trying to find out about some former students from, say, 1982 to 1986. I thought perhaps there'd be some papers or records.
And all that today? I think you'd be here all week looking that lot up.
Okay, let's take these and give them to her.
You found them, too. And I looked for so long. You're a regular Miss Marple.
I think Miss Marple was an Agatha Christie character. All right.
Okay, so let's start with something that would list students' names for that period.
Yearbooks, then. Do you know what?
Yeah?
I'll have to close the reading room in a few minutes. I'm all alone here, you know.
I understand that, ma'am, but I'm conducting an investigation here.
I was expecting a butt, young lady. Don't worry, I'll stay and help you.
Yes?
Yes, indeed. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes, I'm all by my lonesome here.
Yes, I noticed.
I've been working in this library for 30 years, you know. I retired 5 years ago.
Oh, so you came back because you couldn't live without the books, right?
And do you know who my replacement is? My niece. She's at the librarians' conference in Europe.
You raised your own successor. Well done. Anyway, to get back to the yearbooks.
Yes, indeed. Now then, the university authorities are very fond of statistics, you know.
Ah, paperwork?
Right. Now then, if you bring me the books you want, I can catalog them and make the necessary statistical records.
Okay. So let's go look at books. So, going here, we've got exit. Okay, library shelves, microfilm reader. Don't need the microfilm reader yet. Let's go over to the books. Come on. Step it up. Why are you always sashaying around? Okay, so we've got 86 NYU student yearbook.
I hope Jessica Fletcher there will help me.
Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote. All right, and then what's this? Okay, and then back. Okay, so back to her. Right on. Give her the book.
Here they are.
What is it exactly you're hoping to find in them?
Anything I can about 4 or 5 of your old students.
I see. And what are their names?
Well, Joel Tatum, Andrew Haig, Henry Fairbanks, John Rudolph, and Mark Chestham.
Oh, hold your horses there, sweetie. Okay, let's start with Tatum. Here's the index. And here he is, page 226. Now then, where are those other boys? Seems all their entries refer to page 226. Let's have a look there.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Oh, don't thank me too soon. This page has been torn out. Look. See?
Oh my God, is this Scooby-Doo or what?
Those meddling kids get worse with every generation. But I'll catch the little buggers. Oh, yes.
Okay, anything else?
Are there any copies, microfilms, and so on?
Microfilms? Why, yes. Although the newer things are being scanned now, you know.
Uh-huh. Do you think I could have a look at the microfilm for this page?
Not today, sweetie. I'm too tired now. Come back tomorrow. My niece will be back then. She's much better with the technical things.
Okay. All right. Let's take a think here what we need to do. You know what? Let's press her a little bit more since we're short on time.
Listen, ma'am, someone else may die today, and it's possible that that microfilm contains something I can use to stop anyone else from being hurt.
Yes, well, when you put it like that. Shocking, quite shocking. Well, I should leave now if I'm going to catch my bus. But there's one later on, too. I could always take that one instead. All right then, sweetie. I'll help you.
Right on.
Okay, FBI. You convinced me.
Okay. So...
Terrific. Thank you so much. Now, where are the microfilms? I'll try to find them the old-fashioned way.
You'd be better off playing the lottery. Higher chances.
Needle in a haystack, huh?
The microfilm room is there on the right. Wait, from here I can unlock all the drawers.
All right.
Sorry, there's a whole room full of microfilm?
Of course.
Okay. So, here. Okay, so we go back out to that place that said the microfilm room, right? Then we bring them back here, and we read the microfilm on the microfilm reader, I think. Okay, so, looks like this is the only place. So.
Oh, screw it. There's more celluloid here than in George Lucas's garage.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Anything? Okay. All right, let's see if she knows any more, because you know what? 30 years, she probably knows a shortcut, right?
you're right. I won't find anything this way.
Never mind. In the meantime, I found the catalog number. It's 01-044-86.
Okay.
Go back to the microfilm room and you should find what you need quite easily.
Right on. Okay. That makes more sense now. Okay. So, now we don't have to sift through all of them. We have the number. Get in there. Right here. Right here.
0104486. The numbers here are totally different. Where'd she get this from?
01044. 01044. Try this one. Anything? No. Okay.
0104486. The numbers here are totally different. Where'd she get this from?
01044. 1986. Maybe it's 86, 87. That's the class year, maybe? Let's try that. Okay. Oh, okay. Box
It's been
microphone.
hiding in this drawer for far too long. Let's see what secrets it holds.
Okay, did I take it? I did. Okay. Let's get out of here. Out of here. And lastly, come on, get out of there. Back in here. Over to here. Okay, take this.
Well, that was stupid.
Okay. Here.
Forget about it.
Okay.
Otherwise,
All right, let's do this. Let's turn it on.
forget about it.
No.
Only without the stupid jokes this time.
Okay, let's do this.
Such an archaic filing system. Almost a whole game in itself.
Okay,
Such an
got it. So, do I touch anything? What do I do? I've got microfilm spindle.
The reel may yet come in handy.
Okay, so if I take this.
I managed to wind the film onto the reel.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now take this and go here. And it looks like we go here. Microfilm reader, yeah. Okay.
The image is terrible. Ah, no lens.
Okay. So let's back out, see if we can get the lens from the librarian, maybe.
Is that the only machine?
At the moment, yes. The others are being repaired. Is there something wrong with that one?
The optics are broken. No focal lens.
Oh, well, I really don't know how to help you there.
You mean the focal lens from the microfilm reader?
I have no idea what it is. See if you can tell. Here you are.
Okay. That looks like a focal lens. Okay. Back out. Back here. 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 There we go.
Finally, now the text is clear. NYU students to follow in the footprints of conquistadors. Amazon expedition underway. NYU professor of archaeology Dr. Samuel Dickinson is leading an expedition into the Amazon rainforest. Their itinerary recreates the journeys of the Spanish explorers of the 16th and 17th centuries. While the party's goal is the last of the great Incan treasures, the fabled hoard of Tupac Amaru, can the professor achieve what the conquistadors did not? Will he find the legendary city of Acacor, treasure vault of an entire empire, the once mighty Incas? The team, who has already left for Peru, consists mostly of NYU students. List of participants in Professor Dickinson's expedition. Samuel Dickinson, Professor of Pre-Columbian Archaeology at NYU, Expedition Leader. Alice Dickinson, the professor's daughter, student. William Warren, assistant to the professor. Andrew Haig, student. Team doctor. Henry Fairbanks, student. Technician. Mark Chestham, student. Joel Tatum, student. John Rudolph, student. Alan Branford, student. Noel Roche, student. So all the victims were part of the expedition. Fairbanks, Haig, Chestham, Rudolph, and Tatum. Finally, we got ourselves a fact.
So Haig was a doctor, so that's interesting.
There's something here about the aftermath, too. Tragedy in the jungle. Our university community has lost an outstanding colleague and teacher, Professor of Archaeology, Dr. Samuel Dickinson. His scientific and social achievements are writ large across the history of our university. He was last seen heading a scientific expedition to Peru to find the legendary Incan treasure vaults left behind after the conquistadors' invasion. In the course of the expedition, the professor, his daughter Alice, and fellow student Noel Roche all went missing. Roche's body was found later in the jungle. He had been killed by native Indians. Despite valiant attempts by the other members of the expedition, led by Professor Dickinson's assistant William Warren, Dickinson and his daughter were never found. In the face of the Indian threat and increasingly difficult weather conditions, the remaining party members chose to withdraw. According to Mr. Warren, the chances of finding the professor alive are virtually nil. We believe, though, that the professor and his students will live on in our university's history. Peace in their memory. Warren! He's the linchpin of this whole story. It's just him and Branford now. Now, are they both potential victims, or is one of them the murderer? Maybe they're in it together. Or maybe the murderer is someone not on the list. And where's the irrefutable proof that Hakiero killed Fairbanks? Are there two murderers at work here? Anyway, let's copy the list of participants. Maybe I can get out of here finally.
Okay.
List of participants in Professor Dickinson's expedition.
Okay. So, let's take them. Do we do anything here now? Microphone reader. Yeah. I turn it off. Do I do anything else? No. Okay, back out here. Do I do anything else? Let's go see her.
You can pop it in the reader over on the other side of the reading room.
Yeah, I got it.
You can pop it in the...
Yeah, I already did that. Okay, so pop it in the reader on the other side of the reading room. That's this. I was already there. Right? Okay. Do I take anything? Do I take anything? No? No? Microfilm reader. Got it. Okay. Is that it? Is that it?
Let's see this list again. Must be a link between the expedition 20 years ago and the crimes now. Only thing this list connects is the victims with each other. Can we really explain the murders as a result of the events of the past? Why didn't Branford or Warren say anything about knowing the victims? That's fishy. What's stopping them from revealing information that could save their lives? Only if one or both of them were directly involved in the killings would it make sense to do so. We'll have to check their alibis again. Anyway, all the clues lead to Warren at the moment. Drugs, Hakiero, expeditions in the jungle. We must start from the expedition. That's where the fuse was lit. The drugs thing is probably incidental. Don't want to get too hung up on that.
Out here. Now, it seems that we've completed what we needed to do over there.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I've got everything I need now.
May I go home then?
Certainly, but if you'll just bear with me a second. Federal Agent Nicole Bonnet, FBI. I need a patrol car to the library on East 84th. It's for an expert witness in a case I'm investigating. I'll need her driven home safely. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. A policeman will be along in 5 minutes to give you a ride home. Thank you very much for your time. You've been a tremendous help.
Not at all. It was quite exciting, actually.
Right on. Anything
I'll
else?
have to close the reading room in a few minutes. I'm all alone here, you know.
All right. So, from what I can tell, that's everything. Okay. So, I got the evidence I need. Let's exit here. Go back to the car and see if there's anything waiting for me there. A lot of times I'll either get a message on my PDA or there'll be a new bit of information on the map on my car seat. Let's check it out. Okay, wants me to go to the Museum of Pre-Columbian Art. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's get there. I want to get a little bit more information before we end this episode. Okay, so here we go. Let's Let's look for Warren. See if we can find him. Let's see if there's anything in the archive about the expedition that they did. Oh, and there's Warren.
Agent Bonnet. Hear about that knife business again? Agent Bonnet. Hear about that knife business again? It's getting a bit old now, don't you think?
Why didn't you say anything about the expedition?
They were tragic events. Best forgotten.
Well, start remembering, because my serial killer is tied into them somehow.
Really? What an idea.
Yes, I also think that you hindered the investigation by withholding important information.
Well now, I can see you're here on business.
I'm always here on business. Don't you know the victims are all on a list?
Well, it's possible, I suppose.
It's possible, but you and Brantford could be on that list. Aren't you afraid?
What good would fear do? Understand. I settled up with my conscience long ago.
When? When Fairbanks was killed? Or only after Tatum was?
You think it's so easy? And you, little girl, hiding behind an FBI badge. Do you think about all the people slaughtered somewhere in the cold and dark without your knowing?
Yes, and I hate it. I wake up mornings thinking that today someone else will die, and I can't stop it. Now it's even worse. I know who's gonna die.
Not all of them will.
Yeah?
Juan Alvarado, an archaeologist living in Cusco. He didn't join us until Peru.
Juan Alvarado? You keep in touch with him?
Not really.
Were there other people involved in the expedition?
Yes, Vaquero.
Go on.
Vaquero was a local grave robber, an amateur. He appeared when we were totally devastated and on the retreat, offering his help.
And?
And then he demanded an outrageous payment, and we parted ways with great ill will. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an important call to make. Now, if you'll excuse...
Okay. Anything? So, come on, get out. Where are we headed? Oh! Alan. I don't know who Alan is.
It's good we met. Are you waiting for Warren?
We're going out, although I'd prefer to go with you to the concert.
I remember
Well,
now.
maybe when I finish this case.
I can hardly wait.
I found out a little more about the Peruvian expedition 20 years ago. Do you, keep in touch with Mr. Alvarado?
No, not for a very long time, but we used to be friends. Why is he of interest to you?
The murders are all occurring within a specific group of people, and Alvarado's part of it.
Yes. Yes, he is. Do you think he could be the murderer?
Well, I don't have any proof to that end.
Do you think then that it's a Koga Pachiros Indian curse?
No.
Neither do I, but if our murderer was on this expedition, and if it's neither Warren nor myself, then it must be Alvarado?
Why should I suspect a man who lives in Peru of murdering people in New York?
Alvarado was in town at the same time, of course.
What? In New York City? Are you sure?
He called me. I was frightened he was trying to track me down.
Do you know where he is now?
He left a message that he was returning home, back to Peru. I hope it's true.
We'll look into it. Do you have his address?
Well, he sent me a letter postmarked in Manhattan. Had a photo of his house in Cusco in it with the address and a note. I showed it to Warren this morning.
Could I see it, please?
Well, here's the thing. There was a bit of a mess in the museum this morning. They were cleaning the showpieces that hang from the ceiling, and I had to literally push my way through between them. It must have been squeezed out of my pocket then.
Right. I'll find it. Look, if anything suspicious happens, you call me straight away, okay? Please. Look.
All right. Okay. Come on. You're going to walk?
Ruth? Nicole.
Yes?
I need you to check South American flights out of the country in the last 5 days. Looking for a Juan Alvarado, archaeology professor, flying to Cusco, Peru.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Thanks, Ruth.
Okay. Let's go back in. Him. And
Mr. Brantford's waiting for you outside.
Thank you. I'll be leaving now. You're staying here?
This pavilion is such a magical place.
You sound just like Alan. But I'm glad. It's a good thing.
Creating something like that must require so much talent.
And 20 years of hard work.
And one day, Hackero arrived and wanted to destroy all this.
This again, eh? No, in the beginning he even seemed friendly.
And then, he wanted to destroy your reputation and you couldn't get rid of him. So he blackmailed you?
What makes you think that?
I found traces of a drug stash down there.
Such a dirtbag. He defiled everything with his dirty little hands.
So he came here to demand his blackmail money?
You know, during the expedition we found a couple of shells of insignificant value and some old Spanish coins. Back then we were young and stupid. We invited tragedy. When the rain started and we realized we wouldn't be able to find the professor, we just wanted to get home as fast as we could. And Vaquero said that because of the diggings, we would have to negotiate with corrupt pen pushers for weeks.
He helped you smuggle items out?
Yes. Oh, they were objects of little significance, and I soon forgot about them.
Did he also smuggle drugs inside exhibition pieces?
No, never. He pushed me to, but I never allowed it.
Did he pressure the others too?
I thought that he murdered them to get at me.
Why didn't you inform the authorities?
What are you talking about? I spoke to your man Chaser about the whole thing.
Chaser, yes, of course. Did you find the legendary city in the end?
Akakor? Well, we thought so, back then. But we couldn't go back again. It all seems like a dream now.
Last thing, are you sure you don't want protection?
Thank you, no. This place is swarming with police. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an important call to make.
So, alright, so he's going to make his call. I still want to go to this orange area if I can because I've looked everywhere else. And now we can get in here. Okay, here we go. Photo.
Here, an antique house in Cusco, hence the dedication.
So we found the picture. And we'll head back to the... Oh, wait a minute. What do we got?
Nicole?
Yeah, hi Ruth.
Alvarado left the country already. Hopped a flight to Peru.
Uh-huh, that's great, thanks. Listen, is the chief there?
Not at the moment.
You know what? Book me 2 tickets on the next plane to Cusco, Peru. Visas for me and Nick, and a hotel.
Be cheaper if you share a room.
Leave me alone.
Does Nick know about all this?
Not yet. I'll call him now.
Okay.
Thanks, Ruth.
Okay. Calling Nick.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Nick, we're going to Peru with this serial killer thing. Call me or Ruth back ASAP. Don't let me down on this.
Okay. So, back out of here. Anything here? Nothing in here. Back out to the street front. And to the car. Alright. So we're heading back to the FBI office. That should do it for this episode. A lot of twists and turns here. A lot of interesting information. I'm still not sure Warren. I can't figure him out just yet. It's like the story wants to point to him for things, but at the same time, he just seems standoffish, and that's his personality. The guy she talked to out front, I can never remember his name. Alan, that was it. He just seems like he's fishy because he's too nice, too accommodating, too ready to point the fingers outward instead of, giving, alibis or anything like that. So we'll see what happens. We're going to head back to the FBI office in the next episode. So if you like what you're watching, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Tell your family, tell your friends. If you have any suggestions as to what you'd like to see me do here in FBI Confidential, put them in the comments below because I will read them. And with that, I will catch you next Monday for another episode of Art of Murder, FBI Confidential. Peace.
That was a failure of epic proportions, unacceptable.